We're told vitamins are harmless. Pop a multivitamin, chase it with a smoothie, and feel like you're doing something good for your body. No downside, right? But what if I told you vitamins can kill? Not figuratively, literally. Today, we're going to show you how something designed to help you can quietly backfire, damaging your liver, sabotaging your medications, and yes, even ending lives. Let's get into the science behind it and how to avoid becoming one of those cautionary tales. The myth of more is better. We've all been sold this idea. If a little is good, more must be better. More energy? Take more B12. Want better immunity. Load up on vitamin C. Want to live forever. Megadose D3. Stack it with E. And throw in a multivitamin the size of a jawbreaker. But when it comes to vitamins, especially the fat-soluble kind, more isn't just unnecessary. It can be dangerous. The supplement industry is booming, but largely unregulated. In the US, supplements don't need FDA approval before hitting store shelves, so we're left to self-regulate, often without the testing or knowledge to do it safely. Fat-soluble vitamins, when good turns toxic. There are two main types of vitamins, water-soluble and fat-soluble. Water-soluble vitamins like B-complex and vitamin C generally pass through your system via urine. Overdosing on these may cause minor discomfort, but your body can usually flush out the excess. Fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K work differently. They're stored in your body's fat and liver. That means if you take too much, you don't just excrete the surplus, it builds up and can reach toxic levels. Vitamin A, the quiet saboteur. Vitamin A is essential for immune function, reproduction, and eye health, but excess intake, especially from supplements or liver-heavy animal sources, can result in liver damage, bone thinning, skin changes, birth defects if pregnant, intracranial pressure symptoms that mimic a brain tumor. Even 25,000 IU daily over time is enough to trigger toxicity, and some so-called beauty supplements exceed that. In 2012, a 78-year-old man from Nebraska died of liver failure after months of high-dose vitamin A supplementation combined with a high retinol, liver-based diet. His levels were over 10 times the tolerable upper intake limit, and symptoms crept up gradually: joint pain, fatigue, yellowing skin, until it was too late. Vitamin D, sunshine with a dark side. Vitamin D helps regulate calcium absorption, supports bone health, and plays a role in mood and immunity. But high-dose vitamin D, especially when taken daily for long periods, can lead to hypercalcemia, high calcium levels in the blood. This can cause nausea and vomiting, constipation, confusion, muscle weakness, kidney stones, long-term kidney damage. While 1,000 to 2,000 IU is usually safe, some influencers recommend 50,000 IU per week or more without testing. That's not biohacking. That's biochemistry gone wrong. Vitamin E, the stroke risk no one talks about. Vitamin E was once seen as a powerful antioxidant for heart health, but multiple large-scale studies, including the HOPE and SELECT trials, found that high-dose E supplementation, especially above 400 IU per day, increased risk of hemorrhagic stroke, may increase all-cause mortality, can thin the blood and raise bleeding risk. The lesson: antioxidant hype doesn't equal long-term benefit. Vitamin K, helpful but problematic when combined. Vitamin K1 and K2 help regulate blood clotting and bone metabolism. On its own, it's rarely toxic, but if you're on anticoagulants, like warfarin, high doses of vitamin K can counteract your medication and put you at serious risk for stroke or clotting events. Supplement medication interactions. a silent crisis. Supplements can and do interfere with prescription medications, and most people have no idea. Here are just a few examples. Calcium, magnesium, and iron can block the absorption of thyroid medications and antibiotics. Vitamin B6 at high doses can reduce the effectiveness of levodopa in Parkinson's patients. St. John's wort can speed up liver enzymes that break down medications, making antidepressants, birth control, and blood pressure meds less effective. Niacin, used to improve cholesterol, can increase the risk of liver damage when taken alongside statins. These interactions often go unrecognized until they cause real harm. In 2019, a 55-year-old woman in the UK died after taking a supplement containing high-dose St. John's wort while on prescription antidepressants. The interaction led to serotonin syndrome, confusion, muscle rigidity, seizures, and ultimately cardiac arrest. She had no idea that herb could amplify her medication's effect to lethal levels. It wasn't reckless, just uninformed. Megadosing culture, the biohacking backfire. It's become trendy to stack supplements. People take 20, 30, even 50 pills a day based on podcasts, Reddit threads, or influencers who say they found the secret to longevity. But here's what's often missing: blood testing, long-term data, or any real understanding of how those ingredients interact. Stacking multiple fat-soluble vitamins, nootropics, hormone precursors, and herbal extracts, especially while taking prescription meds, can place enormous stress on your liver, kidneys, and cardiovascular system. Your body is not a chemistry set. Optimization without feedback is just blindfolded tinkering. The multivitamin illusion. A lot of people feel safe with just a multivitamin, but here's the reality. Many multis contain 100% to 500% of the daily value for several fat-soluble vitamins. Cheaper brands use forms of nutrients that aren't well absorbed. Some products combine vitamins that should be taken separately to avoid absorption issues. And despite decades of marketing, the research shows no consistent benefit for multivitamins in preventing heart disease, cancer, or increasing lifespan. They're not inherently bad, but they're not a free pass either. How do you know you're overdoing it? Toxicity doesn't always show up as a dramatic event. It can creep in. Common warning signs of vitamin overload include fatigue that doesn't improve with rest, frequent headaches, digestive issues, tingling or numbness in hands and feet, hair thinning or skin changes, joint or muscle pain, high calcium levels, elevated liver enzymes on blood work. These are your early warning signs that something's out of balance. How to supplement safely. Vitamins are powerful tools when used correctly. Here's how to stay safe. Test before you supplement. Blood tests for vitamin D, B12, folate, and iron can reveal whether you're truly deficient. Start with food first. Nutrients in whole foods come with cofactors that aid absorption and function. Food-based nutrition is still your best foundation. Know your medication interactions. Review your supplement list with your doctor, especially if you're on thyroid meds, statins, blood thinners, antidepressants, or hormone therapy. Be strategic, not excessive. Don't chase numbers. Don't follow generic regimens. Your needs are personal, and your supplementation should be too. Track symptoms over time. Keep a journal. If new symptoms emerge, consider whether your supplements might be contributing. You're not a science project. Vitamins aren't dangerous on their own, but they become dangerous when misused, when taken without understanding, without testing, and without regard for context. You don't need to be afraid of supplements. You just need to treat them with the same respect you'd give to any other powerful tool. Because when it comes to your health, more isn't always better. smarter is.